Hey there, this is your orchestration tutor Thomas Goss with your first video tip of the week for the year 2013. Here are two chords that I want you to remember when scoring for timpani: a B-flat 6-3 octave chord and an F 6-3 octave chord. This is a little shortcut I developed in assigning pitches in a timpani part in an effort to be aware of what's actually possible. The B-flat chord represents the lowest pitch possible for each of the four standard orchestral kettle drums, and the F chord the highest corresponding pitches. If you remember that each drum covers the span of a perfect fifth, then you'll end up with a clearer picture of what's possible when writing a timpani part. But that's not the only chord I want you to consider. Instead of thinking about the outer limits of each kettle, it's important to remember that you get the best, most characteristic sound out of a kettle drum when it's tuned near the center of its range. There are even some timpanists who will raise strong objections to any tuning that relaxes the membranes to any pitch lower than low E, or higher than high G. So remember this chord, an F-sharp minor major 7. Each note of this creepy chord represents the optimum central pitch of each kettle, from which you can think up or down a couple of semitones. If you favor this range, then you'll get the best possible sound and keep your timpanist happy. Now, I myself tend to break this unwritten rule and tend to push my timpani lower a lot of the time, especially to get those Ds and E flats below the staff. But that's part of my trademark sound, arrived at by a certain approach toward texture and balance. If you want to be able to depend on that pinging, booming response all of the time, then think about those chords and what they mean. Once again, B-flat and F second inversion octave chords, and an F-sharp minor major 7. If you found this tip to be useful, please follow me on Twitter, where I'll be posting a daily tip linked to the new Orchestration Line Facebook group. Or if Twitter's not your thing, then join the group, where many different composers at all levels of ability are sharing their music and helping each other out with resources and advice, including me. I've linked each tip in the sidebar, so go have a look. See you next week, when we ponder the eternal question: did Columbus bring enough food going to America? Until then.